You've been taking geology themed treks to Kumaon, Himalaya for years now. So, do you think geotourism is one of the best forms for science outreach for a field subject like geology?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been taking mostly chartered accountants and IT IT professionals to the field, and they come in with absolutely no idea, right? I mean,
Yes.
um, one person told me I thought geology was a dry field, so I didn't know I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I mean, this guy spends his time looking at Excel spreadsheets and is telling me geology is dry, so so as you said, there's so little awareness, right, of geology itself, but
Right.
couple of days in the field and that changes,
Yeah.
because when you stand beside the rocks and I explain to them what that means, their attitude really changes, and most of them then get really involved in it. So not just Himalaya, but I've taken a couple to the Western Ghats also, and I think that's really helpful. I mean, going in a small group, maybe 10-12 people, I wouldn't. If you're alone, I think probably that's about the number I can manage, not more than that. But I think that's a great way to get people involved in geology, even if they're not geologists. I mean, most people
Yeah,
who
exactly.
I encourage people who are not geologists to join me, because geologists will go in the field anyway. But I want people who don't have an immediate link with that field. Those are the kind of people I kind of seek more to join me, because then we can kind of have a more interesting conversation about what this field is about, what it is importance. That awareness, as you said, that has to grow in our society itself to make this geosciences elevated to a higher profile.
Yeah.
These are kind of small beginnings, and I'm hoping more and more people take this up and start this. And we have a vast country and so much geology, right? I mean, I just take them in one valley in Kumaon. That's it. There's the entire Himalaya to explore, and there are so many other terrains to explore, which I alone cannot. It's impossible for me. So I just hope more faculty, more scientists, and even students like you, once you graduate, think about taking your juniors and start with your friends and family, and then build it that way. And it doesn't have to be every year. Also, whenever you find time, I understand everybody has careers to pursue and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but it's something that on and off, at least whenever you get time, you can always think about forming a group and going and advertise it as a trek so people join in, and then slowly push in the geology.
In the geology, yeah.
Exactly.
But then that
Don't make it
actually would
don't
generate
make it too
interest,
serious from the
right?
beginning. So yeah.
Because I mean, you're actually seeing the scenery, but getting to know how it was actually formed.
Exactly. I mean, why is that glacier there and not there? That's a simple
Yeah.
question, but there is
Yeah.
something to the landform that makes that happen, and people don't
Yeah,
realize it,
exactly.
when they look at it. So, and why are these pebbles in this stream and not that stream? So the idea about provenance and source rocks, and you can explain these concepts really well, being there.
Yeah. And even the organization that we talked about, who's interacting with school kids, maybe even if we start initiatives of geotourism for school kids in the form of
Absolutely.
field trips, probably. So that
Absolutely.
will generate their interest and make them more aware about this country.
Surely.